Welcome back to Fire and Steel. Today we're introducing a new segment on this channel where we will spotlight a sword every single month and give you some insight on the characters and the weapons that we feature.
This means we'll be focusing on seasonal themes, holidays, and new updates revolving around the anime, TV shows, and movies that our weapons are inspired by.
You'll get to learn more about the characters that wield them, and best of all, every month you'll receive an exclusive discount on the sword that we feature just for watching this video.
But the discount will only last until the end of the month, so make sure not to miss your chance to add an awesome sword to your roster.
So, would you like to introduce the very first sword that we decided to showcase?
Well, with all the recent development we've seen on screen with Jujutsu Kaisen, we couldn't resist making the first sword we feature belong to the one and only Yuta Okkotsu.
While we won't dive deep into the story of JJK, this is your spoiler warning for anything Yuta related, which does include scenes from the manga that have yet to be animated. At Fire and Steel, we have two versions of Yuta's sword available.
One is made with a carbon steel base and is 104 centimeters long. The color of the handle and guard is golden yellow, with the wrapping on the handle being black. Our other sword is made from a wooden base and is 102 centimeters long. The color of the handle and guard is also golden yellow, but this one has a green wrapping on the handle and a bit more sparkle to the gold.
These two swords are specifically inspired by the design in the later chapters of the manga, and the color and material variations allows you to choose which one works best for you.
The carbon steel version is great for collectors and for photo shoots. The design is sleeker, with the black wrapping contrasting nicely to the golden yellow handle and guard.
The scabbard, called a saya in Japanese, is a beautiful matte black wooden sheath with a white sageo tied in a ronin musubi knot. The blade is notably straight. This is because in many panels of the manga, Yuta's sword appears to be straighter than a regular katana. Our carbon steel blade is blunted, but still shines beautifully, and is perfect for display or high-quality photos.
The wooden variant is much safer for cosplayers at conventions, though of course make sure to check con regulations for their weapons policy. The scabbard and sageo has been simplified to a shiny plastic and a white ribbon.
As for the colors, these are based on the cover for chapter 137, with the handle wrapping being a deep green, and the guard and end cap in gold. Just like the carbon steel version, the blade is also pretty straight.
While we don't have a replica of the animated design yet, we can still take a look at how that design differs from these designs. Yuta appears in the JJK movie Jujutsu Kaisen 0 and at the end of season 2.
Here he wields a katana given to him by Gojo, and it has a much more notable curve to it, with a rounded guard and red wrapping. Even the style of the wrapping, or tsukamaki, is completely different from the typical style that is present on a lot of katanas. Instead, it appears to be a braided technique.
Though to be honest, the design doesn't seem to be that consistent.
Hopefully, we'll see an anime and JJK Zero accurate version of this sword in Fire and Steel's collection soon.
If you're a fan of Yuta, you're probably familiar with his powers and how they apply to his sword. But if you're only now learning about his character, when we are first introduced to him, we find out he is only one of 4 special grade sorcerers ranked by Jujutsu High due to Rika's curse. The intensity of his cursed energy makes him one of the strongest characters in JJK.
But he didn't know how to control this curse from the very beginning. Once he was given his first katana, Gojo explains to him that in order to learn how to control his powers, Yuta must learn how to accumulate the cursed energy onto his weapons, while also learning how to fight with them.
Once he's gotten a better understanding of his powers, he showcases an array of interesting and powerful abilities, like his copy curse technique, which allows him to take and use other characters' curse techniques. Another notable ability he has is reverse cursed energy, which is unique in Yuta's case because he is able to output positive curse energy and apply it to other allies in order to heal and protect them. This is something most other characters can only apply to themselves.
One of the allies that he meets early on at Jujutsu High is Maki Zenin. Alongside training with her, he is able to improve his sword fighting abilities significantly. On his own, he can use a number of different techniques in fighting, whether it's with a sword or just hand-to-hand combat.
That's all we have to share for now about Yuta and his weapon of choice. We hope you enjoyed our first Sword of the Month feature. So far, we only have one item from Jujutsu Kaisen, but what are your favorite weapons from the anime?
Personally, I'd love to see any of the curse tools that Maki utilizes, specifically the Naginata. I think there are a couple of variations of that one throughout the series, and they all look very cool. If it weren't for that one though, I would love to see the Dragon Bone or the Split Soul Katana.
I'm honestly happy that we have Yuta's sword in our store. I would love to see an anime version of it, and if I had to pick a different weapon, I'd probably choose the Inverted Spear of Heaven because it has a really cool design to it.
Thank you for joining us for this Sword of the Month feature. We heard that there was a new season of one of our favorite anime coming out very soon, so stay tuned for a huge feature of the many swords from that series.
As for Yuta's sword, the Sword of the Month discount code will be available only until the end of the month for both wooden and carbon steel variations of the sword. If you're watching this after the end of this month, make sure to head over to our latest Sword of the Month video to see if you can grab a new sword for your collection.
Also, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe, and comment below about your favorite weapons in Jujutsu Kaisen.
See you next time!
Bye!